But when I woke up this morning, I'm seeing people. Oh, it wasn't a fair launch. I'm seeing all the goddamn pussyfoots out there. Oh, it wasn't a fair launch. It launched 5 minutes early. Even Simon did a video. Hey, folks, it launched 5 minutes early. Oh, goddamn right, I launched 5 minutes early, motherfucker. I had to shake out these motherfucking bots.
Go crypto. Go crypto.
What the hex is you guys talking about?
Good morning, you guys. When Bob's.
What the heck?
Brother Hex!
What the KvltDefi?
Hey, gentlemen. Thanks very much. Hey, that intro was absolutely great. Thanks very much.
the late great Don Rickles.
You know, hey, hold on a second. Yes. Did I ever tell you, DJ, I met Don Rickles?
No kidding.
Yes. He
when
went
and
to the
how.
synagogue in Los Angeles on Wilshire Boulevard, and there he was. He took a break and decided synagogue, and I got to talk to Don Rickles. I was like
Really?
13 years old. It was beautiful.
Oh my God.
And he's a funny guy. He's a kind man. He was a kind man.
Yeah.
And he kept in touch with all the old golden age of TV vaudevillians that used to go to that same synagogue. So I got to meet Buddy Hackett. I got to meet Don Rickles. I got to meet who else? Anyway, the list goes on. Who cares? We've got KvltDefi here. God damn it!
That's right. The Mafia. PulseMafia.
Gentlemen, honestly, I have to say, this one is tip top for me. I love you guys. I watch you guys all the time.
That's very kind. Thank you. And let me say, before we go into things, let me say hi to the chat here.
We have a lot of going on in the chat.
Oh my God, it's almost 30 people live already. We got Miss Avalon as a first. Hello, how are you guys doing? Logic Blast, that must be one of your guys. Hell yeah, Mafia Bros. Max Payne in the house.
The syndicate.
That's it. We got a Crypto Furio. Heard there was a Mafia stream happening. Exactly. The Bigfoot is here. We got a Wookie on the chain. Wookie is the main reason why I wanted to have this stream today, because he's all over the PulseMafia game. Like he even changed, you see here, he even changed his YouTube name in reference to it. So
thank you,
I know
Wookie.
that
Before we start,
guys in the chat, they are all
before
over.
we start the show, can we say just two things? Number one, there won't be any financial advice of any kind in this show or any other shows that we ever have. And Senator, there's no such thing as the Cosa Nostra. Okay, let's continue.
So let's talk about it. PulseMafia. Like, what is your role, first of all, in that whole Def Jacob mishpocha? Are you? I assume Jacob is a Jewish name. I wouldn't know. But are you like the spokesperson? Are you a deaf as well? Are you part of the team? What is your role?
I am. I like talking about things that I think are cool on Pulsechain.
Wow.
And things that Jacob do are all really, really cool. So I've kind of, I kind of put myself in front of the camera really because I want to see all of these projects grow. I've sort of morphed myself into a bit of a marketing role, I want to say, purely because, we all want Pulsechain to win, don't we? Like all of us. And the way to do that is by getting out there and doing exactly what you guys are doing. And I've started doing that maybe 4 months ago. And to be perfectly honest, I'm absolutely loving it.
Nice. And you guys got the big nod from Crypto Kool-Aid, who is OG Hexican and used to work for years and ages in the game developing as a game developer or game. What's the word? Game strategy. Game.
He's a game dev. Yeah, he's born and bred game dev. Really, he absolutely loves it too.
And he is exactly. He's all over this, and he's been streaming with you guys a lot. But let's have a look at it. Can we share a screen and you maybe give us
absolutely
a rough overview? I think that's a good way to start, and then
By the way, we don't condone any actual acts of graft or racketeering in real life, although it can be quite lucrative. Do your own due diligence. Please continue.
Papabona bombazzo.
Hey, bafangur.
And now he's a highway. Okay, let me share. Let me share the screen. All right, so that's the starting screen. It's PulseMafia.io.
So this is it. So PulseMafia.io. Basically, what it is, it's a player versus player. Crime family against crime family. One life and be killed kind of game. There's multiple different ways to make money real money actually in this game. But the ultimate goal really is to create a family, fight your way to the top, and control what we call the vault, the bank vault. If we just look here, so
that sounds like Hexaco in real life.
Yeah, exactly.
It's family against family.
Yes.
unfortunately.
It can be like that, and mostly on X though. I don't see much of that, crossing over to YouTube. I don't think people really want to air their beef live. I think they like to do it behind X.
Of course.
Nice.
Armchair generals, yes.
So the ultimate goal really is for the family to try and take control of this vault. As we can see at the moment, there is a 4.5 billion pulse in the vault, which is currently worth about $211,000. That's pretty good going. The game is so big that it's decided it's going to be a 12-step launch, and at the moment, step 5 has already been launched. We'll go through that in a moment. So we're just literally waiting on step 6, which is going to be our interactive map. Each week, the vault will pay out 10% of its value to the top 5 families, and then those families, according to their rank, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, will get that 10% split between them. So family number 1 will get 30%, family number 2, 25%, then 20, 15, and 10. So we can already see at the moment this, family number 1 at the moment, if I click onto the family tab. So family number 1 are called the Syndicate. That's why we saw some of the Syndicate members here in this chat. You can see, yeah. So we got Crypto Furio as the Syndicate. Archie, who's in the chat at the moment, he is the Don of the Syndicate. Max Payne is the Capodicina of the Syndicate. So
he's got to be
the Syndicate
enforcer,
are in the house.
Yes.
Yeah, they're in the house. They're here
for sure.
So the top family right now, the Syndicate, they are due to be getting from the vault, as the vault stands at the moment, they're due to be getting about 135 million pulse every week paid out to them, which I think is worth around $6,500. That's as it stands at the moment.
That's a lot of clams.
It's a fair bit of clams, but we, obviously as the price of pulse goes up, pulse goes up, and as the vault continues to grow. I mean, we started doing this, I want to say about 5 weeks ago. And in the past 5 weeks, we've seen 4.5 billion pulse, and we're halfway to launch. So, we could run that estimate out and say that by the time we launch, we'll probably have, maybe 15, 20 billion pulse in the vault. So automatically, that top family, if they stay top family by that time, they could be pulling $20,000 a week from this game.
Can you break this down real quick? Like you say before the launch, like this game is already live on PulseMafia.io. What is there yet to be launched, or what is the whole? Okay, so
really, stage 1. I'll run through the stages then. So stage 1 was really do the launch the token. The token is a 1 billion tokens. 800 million went to the initial players. 100 million went into the LP, and 100 million is kept for a team wallet. That was stage 1. Then stage 2 was announcing the players. So basically, stage 2 allowed you to be able to actually create a player. So if you wanted to create a player in this game, you literally just go to our main launch page here, and that green box will just say create a player. In order to create a player, it costs you 2,000 Mafia tokens, which is about $3.80. I think at the moment. And then once you actually have your player, then you can start to take advantage of the following level. So you can create a family if you want, or maybe join a family, which is one of the big rushes that we have right now. In our Telegram chats, a lot of the different families, they're really on active recruitment drives. They really are. Max Payne is the Capodicina. Max Payne is the main recruitment guy for the Syndicate. And I mean, the way some of these guys are talking to each other, there's already a lot of beef starting over on Telegram. It's all in good spirits, right? It's all in good sport. But
like
already,
the real Mafia, all in good spirit. Yes.
yeah. It's all fun until someone loses an eye, right?
Exactly. Yes.
In a bar fight.
So that was really stage 2, and then stage 3 was literally the setting up of the families. So with the families, we can see here that the Syndicate are the top family. They currently have 83 different members. From the 83 members, in order for a family to become one of the top places, they have to really build up their worth. So we can see here they're number 1 because they have 427,000 worth. That worth is really calculated by the number of the inventory that family has, whether it's the amount of tokens they personally hold, or whether it's the amount of in-game resources that that family hold. So that is literally what we come on to, what we want to say stage 3. So stage 3 was the announcement of these crates, world keys. So what these are basically NFTs, and inside these NFTs, they hold a number of different values. So if you get one of these boxes and you want to actually open it up, you will either get, you will get in-game cash for when the game actually goes live. You will maybe get bullets or maybe health. Obviously, it's a kill or be killed game, so those are very important. We have things like shop items, so guns, motorcycles, armor, bulletproof vests, that kind of thing. We recently did a new update where inside these crates now you can actually get Mafia token itself. So even though Mafia token it's completely external, right? So you can literally, if you don't want to play this game, you can literally just buy Mafia token. You can just speculate on the Mafia token itself. And if you see the chart's actually looking quite generous right now. We're in a prime position when Pulse starts to move, I have to say. Then we have things like these NFTs. So if you have an OG NFT, it allows you special privileges. Like in the game, you can literally hide your inventory so other players can't see what you have. So nice. That would maybe save them from being able to track you down and kill you. Really.
Now hold on a second. My wife hides all of her inventory from me. How can I see her inventory?
In the game, you would be able to hire detectives. I don't know if that maybe would help you out anyway.
I will do this. Yes.
So then we have things like bodyguards. Obviously, helper credits is something we can get onto a bit later. But so inside, we've actually seen that one of the families, I don't know if you know Lit Gains, My Life is Awesome.
Yeah, Lit is going on crate runs on his stream. Like, how does that work? So he just buys them up, or?
Yeah, he's getting crates. A lot of his family members as well will donate crates to the family so they can help build up their inventory. But what he managed to do in a very short period of time, because he was opening these crates like absolute monster, he's managed to push his family into the 5th position. So now his family is actually due to be getting payouts from this vault when the vault goes live.
Oh,
so that's literally just by opening crates.
Oh, what's his family?
His family are called the Hustlers.
Of course,
the Hustlers.
Yeah, so we can see here. So the Hustlers are number 5 on the list here.
Oh yes, number 5. That's lit.
So he literally managed to get himself from the very bottom place all the way up to the 5th position by opening all these crates and just building up their family inventory and their family worth. So it really, he did a phenomenal job. You can see
that stuff.
but you can see it is. It's like a game within the game, just opening these crates, because through a randomness generator, you don't know what you're going to get. You don't know how good it's going to be. But each of these.
Hold on a second, Carl. Hold on. Okay, so let's say that I'm a lesser family, and can I arrange for the heads of the other 5 families, so to speak, to be, getting a shave or getting in an elevator shaft or something like that, and I can maybe put a bullet in their eye or blow them away in the elevator, or cut them when they're trying to get around the turnstile. And you see, I'm very astute with the Godfather Part 1 and Part 2, so I'm wondering, can I do that and ascend to the throne like Michael Corleone?
Well, I can tell you right now, that is an excellent question. Thank you so much for asking. Yes, you can. So if you are in a position to kill a Don, then you automatically become the Don of that family.
Oof. So I have to find out where Lit gets his shave done, and I have to sneak up and have my bullet men, my button men take him out, so to speak.
Then
that would be one way to do it, but I can tell you it might not be as easy as it sounds, because last week we pushed out an update which was allegiances. We can see the allegiance tab here.
Difficult, not impossible. If history has proven anything to us, it's that anyone can get to anyone.
That is true. That is absolutely true. And also, in this game, I really do believe that everyone wants to play nicely, but I think that there will be some families who will just chew themselves up from the inside.
Oh, like The Sopranos.
Yeah, it's still very much a player versus player, even though you're in a family. You're in a family to get control of the resources, but greed plays a huge role in this also, because the payout from the vault that comes out every week, it actually goes to the top 3 members of that family. So the Don, the Consigliere, and the Capodicina, and it's up to them how they want to distribute it. The syndicate right now have decided that 50% of their payout will go to all of the members in their family. So everyone in the family, regardless of rank, will get a payment. And 50% will be kept inside the family, maybe to, further boost more resource, or maybe just put into the family bank for a rainy day. But with the hustlers and the syndicate now, they've actually joined this, they put this allegiance together. So even though the hustlers are a lower ranked family, they're actually really considered in game. They're in a different city from the syndicate. So now, because of that partnership, the syndicate also has a bit of a spread and a bit of an influence in that other territory too. So there's really a lot of planning and masterminding to go behind it. I mean, I know that that Capone, Archie, the Don, he's sort of looking at this like it's become a bit of a second job for him, really. I mean, he has a full-time job anyway, but it's the amount of work he's putting into it is kind of a second job, because he really sees the value and how much he's getting out. I mean, he personally will be walking away with quite a huge chunk of change every single week. I really think that some of the players of this game will really look at it like a full-time job eventually. It's paying out thousands of dollars a week.
If I put on my toxic Hex maxi hat on,
your maxi hat,
my maxi hat, which, because we're not really maxis, but people say we are. So why does there have to be its own token? Why is there a need for the Mafia token? Can't it be all just Pulsechain and Pulse, and you need Pulse to use the game, and you're getting paid in Pulse, and then nobody would have any issue? Why is there the need for its own token?
Well, this is actually going to be a multi-token ecosystem as you move forward. So even though Mafia is used in game also, but then we're going to have a separate LP and separate tokens for bullets, so people can literally buy bullets from the market to use in game in order to kill people. And then we're also going to have health as its own LP as well.
Figuratively kill people.
Figuratively, of course. Yes. Yes. In the game world that we live in. And so then we will have another LP which will be health, because obviously if you are being attacked or your character is going down, to make sure that you don't lose that one life that you have, and to make sure that the would-be assassin doesn't get whatever in wallet resources you currently have at that moment. You're going to need to be buying health. So the whole thing really feeds each other. But one of the really cool things about it, so every time a character is created, you need to do that with the Mafia token. So every time you buy a key on the marketplace, you will, generally you will buy that with a Mafia token. And what the taxes will do, the tax man will basically sell that back into Pulse in order to put it into the vault. So by buying the Mafia token, effectively you're adding buy pressure to Pulse on a consistent basis. And you're adding, realistically, you're adding tens of thousands of transactions on a daily basis for the blockchain, for the validators.
Right.
I mean, thank you for your service.
Yeah, it's exactly, each one has to. I personally believe that everyone in the Pulsechain community, we need to be thinking about the chain. RH Max said something a few days ago which really resonated with me, and I haven't forgotten it. He said that one thing that Pulsechain has allowed us all the opportunity to win. Like, we all want to win. We all want Pulsechain to win. It's not, even though, yes, we all want our own bags filled, and we all, we want this magic carpet, right, Richard? Thank you very much. But at the end of the day, I think we want nothing more than to win on this chain. We have such a great community. We have such a, even though we have a copy of this on the Binance Smart Chain, and I know, a bit about the Binance Smart Chain, and I've played around in there over the last few years, but there's no community in crypto like Pulse community and Hexagons. There's nothing like it.
Very, very active. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So in order for us to win, we need some really cool stuff. And there's a lot of cool stuff being built, Obviously, yes, we do need the copy-paste forked projects. We need them because we need the infrastructure. But when it comes to out-of-the-box thinking, and when it comes to things like, okay, how can we get the how can we create something which has the maximum onboarding opportunity or the maximum educational opportunity for people? It's creating really cool stuff. And I think that, I mean, personally, I mean, Dev Jacob is absolutely on fucking fire. Excuse my French, you know.
No, he is. He has,
Please, more swearing.
Well, I mean, I'm Irish. I try to I have to really reel it in. I don't like to swear too much on stream, but in my normal life, it's, you know, fuckity fuck.
No, he has been very active from the beginning on Pulsechain. You know, PulsePod is the other project, I guess, that's around, and started BNB Pod at first. And I don't know. I just think with some of these things, it always has this bite taste of possibly the founder enriching themselves or whatever, and the team around them, and that it's not for what you just tried to explain with making adoption on Pulsechain grow. So I don't know, we've seen so many things fail as well. That's why it's people are always a bit skeptic.
Oh, I completely agree. I mean, I'm very skeptical about, you know, a lot of things until I really see them working. But I think one of the luxuries that we have at the moment, if you want to put it that way, is that Pulsechain literally is only 1 year old. You know,
of course,
all of the projects that are around, I mean, it's code on the blockchain. Technically, as long as people use them, they're going to be here forever, right? They're going to be here forever. So right now is the absolute perfect time to build, try new things. You know, really, the only way we can really onboard people is by trying to create fun, interesting things which get their attention. And
someone has to go viral.
Yeah, someone said to me the other day, you know, all it takes is, I think it was Corey Costa. I was on with him on the beginning of the week, and he said all it takes is one spark, just one spark, and everything. You know, we blow this out of the water. And what a great opportunity, because we already have a lot of things here for people to come over when they're new. You know, they come over, and we already have a chain with a bunch of different protocols, and we already have. I mean, if you go on, you know, the library of YouTube. You go on there, you type in Pulsechain, and it's getting to the stage now. I love to watch streams. I watch streams nearly all day while I'm doing other things, and I'm starting to run out of hours in the day. Right?
Welcome to my world. Yes.
Yeah, there's so many people streaming now. It's like, you know, it's it's really difficult to fit everybody in one day. It's just there's too much content
up with everything that's going on.
Yeah, there's too much content, and we're only 1 year old.
That the NFTs and this all means transaction on the Pulsechain. Of course, for the people who are running validators, this
like me.
Things like this are a blessing.
Thank you for your service, sir. Thank you for your service.
So we have the families. We understood that, and then how do we kill someone?
Okay, so the exact mechanics of bullets, because the bullet token is not live yet. The exact mechanics of killing someone hasn't really been announced. But what we could say is, in the game, you can have as you know, you can have a certain number of weapons, you can have a certain number of bodyguards, you can have offensive bodyguards and defensive bodyguards. So if you come across a player who has a much higher worth than you, you know, you can see in their inventory that they have a number of guns, they have a huge amount of bullets compared to you, the chances of you killing them are going to be pretty slim. You know, so so if you were trying to attack them, you would basically be using up you would be using up their bodyguards, the defensive bodyguards, and they can, you know, they would get notified and just turn around and just wipe you out. We don't exactly know the exact mechanics of it yet, as I say, because it's like a living wiki, it's like a live wiki right now until Jacob irons everything out.
Hey, a question. This is a lot of moving parts, and obviously with good games, there's a lot of intricacies, there's a lot of layers, a lot of, you know, it keeps you coming back for more. My question is, it sounds, from my understanding of the limitations of on-chain type of games, there's a lot that isn't on-chain here. Is there a lot that is on like your own back end, or what's going on? What are the mechanics from a technical level?
So basically everything in terms of, if you put your Mafia tokens, if you decide to stake them in the game, then they're on chain. All your NFTs are on chain. So all your inventory, you know, all your inventory is on chain. Really, the only time anything would be considered off chain is whatever you currently have in your actual wallet. So any Mafia tokens that are just not in the game.
Okay.
So
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah. So you don't really have to worry about it.
What I mean is like look, I'm unfamiliar with this, delightfully unfamiliar with this, because we have you here to kind of fill in some of those gaps. And, my mind's aflutter. I'm expecting way too much in terms of interface and the fact that all this is trustlessly determined with random number generators or whatever it's going to be based on weights and Dungeons and Dragons, 8-sided die, 20-sided die, whatever the hell it is. How much of this, though, is what are the determining factors that are calculated? Because a blockchain can't do that, to my knowledge. They can't do that effectively. Random numbers can't be generated, cannot be easily generated without there being a way to game it. So, and game it, what I mean is, figure it out so you can actually have an edge. What percentage is, and I understand the tokens are all staked in that's on chain and all the things. But what about all these resources, the way that they interact with each other? That can't be calculated on chain, can it?
Yeah. So at the moment, we don't have a functioning oracle on Pulsechain at the moment, but we do have with the PulsePot. When we created PulsePot and we created our jackpot game, Jacob and team actually created their own randomness generator. Whereas with BNB Pot, we would use Chainlink. Obviously, Chainlink aren't coming over here, so we can't use theirs. But but we have our own randomness generator that's been working time and time again. For ever since PulsePot went really live. Jacob and team are very confident with it.
Okay.
So really, I think the next time that we talk, we will go more into the wiki where we can actually really see the breakdown. So for every time you do a crime or something, it actually shows you the randomness generator, what percentage it would be working at, and we can maybe pick it apart individually then. But right now, if Jacob says it's working, then it's working. And I think that's about as technical as I can get with you at the moment, to be totally honest.
Yeah, can you lead us through around if you were an actual login and show us what the gameplay kind of virtually looks like? Is that possible?
So this game is not actually going to be like an actual animated game.
No, I get it.
Smart contracts working together. Yeah.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
I'll click the wiki here. Hang on, just one second.
Yeah. We don't want to see the blood and gore. Thank you very much.
Okay, yeah. So this is basically inside our wiki. So if we have a look at let's say crimes, okay, because we can see some orangey stuff on crimes.
There is no crime, see? No.
Well, here, one of the crimes, the first crime you can do is you can rob a kindergarten.
Damn.
Which some of us have already done.
So we can see here. So in order to do, you can earn different revenue by doing completing a lot of these in-game tasks. Really, that's where the money is going to be coming from. But it's completing in-game tasks, and there's a randomness assigned to your chance of success on every individual crime, and that will basically go through the randomness generator that we have. And then you can see obviously your example gains. So and a lot of these, I really want to say, even the chances of killing someone. So pretty much every single in-game task you can do on here is going to be put through the randomness generators. And then it pays out according to your chance of winning. So it's, is it almost like a casino game? Maybe.
What's the second heading, please, right underneath the kindergarten, please? Can I take a look?
The second one, hot dogs.
No. You got this all wrong. This community does not condone any pressure being put on any hot dog vendors. You understand what I'm saying?
Especially in South Carolina.
Absolutely in South Carolina. What are you talking about? He could use this against us.
But this is then in-game cash as well. So there is like
so this is the in-game cash
token and in-game cash. So it's like 4 currencies going on.
Yeah, well, the in-game cash. At some stage there will be an in-game cash to Mafia token ratio, so that people literally can offboard that cash into Mafia token for themselves. But right now we don't have the exact specifics on that yet, again, because it's like I say, it's like a living wiki.
So I like that question. The question was what's it cost for for a brothel triple homicide. It's okay, Senator. It's okay. My brother Fredo manages this property. No one will ask any questions.
A Nickelback gets sold in the park. I want in.
Actually, I can see a question here just above that by someone, Michael Schofield.
Yes.
He says, if I'm not on my laptop, is it possible that when I come back, my character will be killed? Or do I need to be active? That's actually a very good question. It's come up a few times. So in game, you have something called these helper bots. So it's basically just a small little script that can run tasks for you while you're away from your computer.
Right.
So these helper bots will be able to do, they'll be able to maybe carry out heists for you, because after every single in-game task that you do, you have a cooldown period. You can't just rob a kindergarten and then immediately rob a kindergarten again. And, because the chances of success is a 50-50.
You got to wait for the little toddlers to get more lunch money.
Yes.
You got to get your beak wet and then take the water from the well.
Someone tuning into the stream right at this moment. Hi. We're nice people.
It's not financial advice. It's not financial advice.
Rob a kindergarten. Why did you come up with that? In what stories are there about the mafia robbing kindergartens?
Honestly, I have no clue. I actually haven't even asked Jacob the question why. I really think it was just funny. It was the first thing. As soon as I heard it, I started laughing, and then that's it. Every time I hear it now, I just start laughing. The whole community. It's like every time we're talking about it, we say, "Oh, you can do. You can smuggle alcohol. You can smuggle drugs. You can rob kindergartens."
It conjures up this image of like Anakin Skywalker coming in and opening up his lightsaber with all those fucking little kids and just slaughtering them all. It's like, whatever. Okay, we can rob kindergartens. It's okay.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things we can do in here. You can. There's even a lot of different business items in here. So because families own different territories, inside that territory, they might have some shops. They might have a couple of garages. They might have a booze warehouse or a drug warehouse, or in some cases they have bullet factories. So when it comes to bullets, because bullets are going to be an external token, like with its own LP, which are going to be there's going to be a bridge, so you can actually bridge your bullets in. One of the most prized business items, if you think about it, then would be opening a bullet factory, because effectively what you're doing, you're owning the keys to mint the bullets tokens for yourself. And then you can sell them either on this marketplace to other players, or literally you can just keep them all for yourself. So it's almost like, you're printing this inflation, or you're just getting the inflation constantly, and then just selling it off to other individual players. It's a pretty cool feature when we think about it that way.
Mm-hmm.
And again, it will be the same with health. So if you own a hospital, maybe you'll be able to just mint these health tokens and sell them in game. So these are some of the resources that families will be fighting over and that we're trying to kill each other for.
But most importantly, we got to find out where we can have our own heroin labs, because everything with my family is a bunch of junk. There's a lot of money in them powders, Pop. Where's the drug labs? Do we have those too, or are we clean?
Every territory will have. So, okay. Let's imagine then that in Palermo, you have a contact where you can get some cheap cocaine, and in Chicago, that might be the city where you sell it for the most. So you can literally open that smuggling route. Maybe you can do a deal with the family that's in Palermo if they want to sell it to you, in order to do the task. Or maybe you decide that you just want to take over the whole control of the whole thing. So you literally just go in and start a family war to decimate that family, take control of that lab.
Yes, it sounds like simple arbitrage.
It sounds like fuck Caspar and Gomez.
I bury them cockroaches.
I bury those cockroaches. So this is like a bit like a card game, isn't it? Do you know what served as ultimate inspiration to create something like this? Which other games?
I think I don't personally know of this game, but I know that Jacob and KvltDefi have been talking about a game called Drug Wars that was online. I want to say maybe a decade ago.
Okay.
And I think that sort of gave Jacob a bit of inspiration. But a lot of the modules that are in here, there are in this game there are things like faucets. There's interactive staking. There's there's NFTs, there's NFT marketplace. So all of these different modules have kind of come from various parts of Jacob's previous projects. He's kind of bringing, this module from this one, it worked out really well. The community liked it. This one worked out really well. Let's sort of start funneling and funneling and funneling. And through a number of iterations, we've ended up with this Mafia game. And like I say, we're only halfway through until we get to full launch. And things are changing, things are getting updated like all the time. I don't even know if when the game fully goes live, this might not be the final version we're looking at here at all. It might be completely different.
In the 90s, I'm showing my age here, but in the 90s, we used to...
Hey, I was around in the 90s. That was cool. That was a cool time.
Dial-up modems, we used to dial into bulletin board systems, over the phone line. And you could actually play text-based games on that system, where you could also... I remember one is called Laby Kill, which I think was also like a Mafia assassin type thing, and you could move your character around, also earn in-game currency. But this was all like numbers and not much graphic detail at all. But this very much reminds me of this here. But of course, you guys...
Yeah, but I mean, generally, I would say the principle is probably very similar,
Principles to it, yeah. With the staking and the NFT market. So that's also very much DeFi, incorporated.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If we think about how many different things you can do in this game, at the top level stuff. So yes, you can stake, you can earn yield, you can bridge things in and out, you can open NFTs, you can, sell the NFTs. I mean, actually, if we look at the NFT marketplace just very quickly, we can see this in the past 3 weeks since we launched this update, we sold, $171,000 worth of stuff has been sold in here. I mean, even just by those numbers themselves, I mean, this kind of makes this NFT marketplace probably, I want to say probably the most successful NFT marketplace on Pulsechain so far. And this is just an in-game marketplace. There's a hell of a lot of activity going on over here. Like I say, these top families, they're fighting for these top spots. But if we take a step back from the game itself and we think about, okay, in terms of onboarding and in terms of education, if we have new people that are playing this game, what a great place to learn about what is staking, how does staking work, what is inflationary yield versus what is real yield, and how do NFTs work, how does NFT marketplace work,
how do you make a person an offer that they don't refuse?
Well, I'll tell you
what, I think lesson.
I think if you guys, yeah, exactly, the art of negotiation, the art of the sale,
the art of the
seal the deal.
Capiche?
That's it.
Yeah. Thank you.
There you go. Boom.
Because somebody was Wookie, he says there's risks involved too. How is that covered? Like, you're playing obviously with your real Pulsechain tokens, with your Mafia tokens. Is there a third-party risk? Does everything stay in your wallet and you're just signing transactions, or how safe is it basically?
Yeah, so if we just go to let's just pick a player, any player. So your Mafia tokens themselves are never at risk in this game because they're sort of external. You can stake them in game, but oh, look at that, we got some cool animation going on there.
Nice.
That was a little upgrade that we just did actually recently.
Probably Crypto Kool-Aid who did that.
That was, yeah, probably, because that's a GIF. That's Gifford Ware, his character. So in game recently we launched this thing called Player Plus. If you hold a Player Plus NFT, so these OG NFTs, it will then hide your inventory, your game inventory from your profile. So players in the game, they literally can't see what resources you have in order to come and try and kill you. So it's really, if someone happens to kill you because they recognize your name, they know you must have something, and they know that they're a stronger character. At the time of the kill, you will only lose your in-game cash, for example, or whatever cash you currently have you on at the time of the kill. In the game, you can add your in-game cash to what we call the family bank.
Why did you reach down to your actual pocket when you said actually have
Yeah.
cash on you?
Yeah,
Do you
know
lose
what?
it out of your pocket? Is it what's
you would do. So if that person killed you in game, they would literally take whatever you have.
on your virtual self?
Yeah, your virtual self. Yeah, so your character is dead, and they get everything that you have on you at the time, and you have to start all over again.
Okay.
It's a one life game.
So you got to make your bones, and then you got to go and fetch the coffee, and then you got to do everything from the beginning all over again.
You would have to do everything all over again.
But bottom line, if your wallet's secured with a hardware wallet, ideally, then the tokens never leave, basically.
Yeah, I mean, so it's only your in-game assets that that get affected. Like, obviously, we can't do anything to your actual wallet. I mean.
No, but that's important. So you don't have to send them somewhere to be able to play the game. They stay in your private keys, sort of. Right?
Yeah.
Good.
I'd like to so I'd like to see the interaction there as well. I'd like to know a little bit more about the back end interaction. What you mentioned, a couple of contracts interacting with each other. That's a novel type of approach as well. So could that give a different dimension to gameplay? Maybe you've cracked that nut. I really am interested in knowing more about that. And I'd like to get Elmire, who is not with us today.
In action.
Yeah, he's the guy that would have about a zillion questions for you. If we could have a part 2, I would definitely invite your technical people on tier 2.
Yeah.
I love this stuff. I love. First of all, as you can see, I'm a huge Mafia and crime movie fan, so this is right up my. I can't not play this, but I want to know more about where the potential hiccups could be from a security standpoint, as DJ Cryptomatic
absolutely
mentioned.
We can absolutely get into the weeds on another stream. That'll be fantastic. Actually, I'll welcome the opportunity.
But on surface, this is a lot of eye candy, and I'll bet that this would attract a lot of people from. You're throwing it out there on BNB chain, right? So people that actually want to come over.
The two would be launched together. Yeah, the two would be launched together. We're at the same stage, so the game will go live together. Obviously, we have a lot of the community, which a lot of the families which are on Pulse are also on BNB at the moment. So I really think that as soon as people start to get it, as soon as we start to garner attention, it's an inflow of people onto Pulse.
Right.
Because if they join a family on the Binance Smart Chain, for example, and they know that their family has another family on Pulsechain.
Right. Oh, there you go.
Straight over.
So effectively, Pulsechain is New York and BNB is Newark, New Jersey. How's that?
New Jersey.
Yeah. There you go.
We go. All right. The lesser of the crime syndicates that whack their percentages back to New York.
Is there like a timeline for when launch? Basically, 2 more weeks, or is what is the plan? And does it make sense, as a follow-up question, for people to really get involved with this now to secure some of these items and NFTs before the herd comes in, basically?
Yes. The simple answer to that is yes. Really, at this stage, we've already seen that that families like the hustlers, we've seen that families can come in relatively new, open these crates like crazy, and move themselves into a number 5 position. Because families are growing so quickly. It's obviously it's still extremely early access because the game is really not live yet. But get inside the game. Me personally, I'm not in any family. I've chosen not to join a family purely because I need to be here to try and be a neutral party and elevate the game for everybody. But I can tell you, I mean, absolutely, I'm a rogue player in here. I've got a few characters that will be running around. I've got some offensive characters. I've got some defensive characters.
Hitman for hire.
That might be the case. Yeah, that might be the case moving forward.
Nice.
But I mean, I want to be able to play the game as well as everyone else. But I will. Yeah, I won't be doing any of the family things for now, anyway, at least. But yeah, I mean, open a character for 2,000 Mafia, and join a family. set up your own family, have your own community come in behind you. You know, the cost of opening a family, I think, is like 100,000 Mafia. So what's, I don't know, maybe $100 or something, $150.
I'm going to create a family. It's going to be named the Baldies, and I'd like you to join.
Jacuzzis.
Because none of us have
an
hair.
old man told me once, he said, God only created a few perfect heads.
Perfect
the rest
heads,
of them, he was
and the
embarrassed,
rest
so
are
he
covered with
them
hair. Yes,
Yeah.
God damn it, that was on my father's wall his whole life. He
Yeah?
put that framed picture. God only created a few perfect heads, and the rest he covered with hair. I love you, sir. We are simpatico. We are brothers from other mothers. Thank you for verifying that the Bald Squad is live and well. Love it.
It is, absolutely. I know you were conscious of saying an hour, so I mean, if you want, I think we could maybe open it up to some of the chat, if you'd like. I mean, we could do a bit of a giveaway. I'll give away some of these crates if you want.
Well, thank you. And on behalf of a very grateful cast, I accept on behalf of the What the Hex team. Shall I give you my address to send it to? I'm just kidding, of course. We don't get nothing. You want to give away something on our show? Is that going to break any securities laws or anything like that? We'll look away while you do your little.
I mean, effectively, I'm sharing an NFT. I don't think we have to worry about that too much.
Oh, right on.
But so how about if you guys want to? Okay. Anyone? Yeah, you guys. Sorry, I'll start saying that from now on. I'll start saying that from now on. So any of you guys is in the chat.
Yes.
I have my lucky die here.
Oh.
So there you go. If you guys want to put your in-game character names in the chat, and you guys is Cryptomatic and Papa, you can choose a number between 1 and 6, and I'll send them out.
You first, DJ. 7, you idiot! Come on. It's
Seven's
not
in the chat.
7's in the chat.
Not
Go
a
ahead.
Okay, so we've got Jack Capone. So we've got 2 so far.
So I'm saying a number, and then you roll the dice.
Yeah. Right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4 characters, 5 characters, 6 characters. Okay, so there you go.
Wow,
Pick a number.
People are in on this. That's nice.
Pick a number, DJ.
Number 2.
Number 2. Okay, let's have a quick look at number 2. Number 2 was Capone, the Dawn of the Syndicate.
Does he need any more prizes?
So if the
Yeah,
syndicate
fine.
is
Lucky,
shilling that
well
they're
done.
paying out 50%, I would also join the syndicate. So maybe
What
they're marketing ploy.
is Cult? Is this what
Yeah.
they call running the numbers?
Running
Is
the
this
numbers.
the numbers racket?
Okay, shall we pick another one?
We
It's
can,
my
absolutely,
turn.
yeah.
My turn. Number 5.
You go, Papa.
Number 5. Okay, we'll go 5 from Capone then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Joe, Las Vegas. It says.
Hey,
Joe Las Vegas. Well done.
you know him well.
Soon
Congratulations.
to be a member of my family, so I can share in the beautiful thing.
Yes.
What do you think? We do one more?
Okay,
Yeah. Before you go and get your shine box, yes.
Watch under your cars because it might be like this.
Yeah.
Number
Okay,
4.
DJ. Number 4. Number 4 it is.
Number 4.
Number
Lucky
4.
Number 4.
Hold
So
your
number
bets.
4 from Vegas. 1, 2, 3. Oh, actually, next person will win. We've got 3 in there so far. Stick a character name in there now, quick. It'll come in after this N1 Joe.
Quick.
One more space.
Hold your horses.
Biggie.
Big E. There you go, Big E. Oh, Big Kahuna. Okay, Big Kahuna's. Big Kahuna, massive fan. Massive fan of Mafia.
Yeah.
There you go, perfect. All right.
Yay.
Those will be on the way to you very shortly, gentlemen. Congratulations.
That was fun. Thank you for doing this. Amazing.
Yeah, no problem. We can do it again next time.
Since we
so-
have you on the show, so it's pulsemafia.io. All the links also to your YouTube channel are in the description down below. So guys, please do us the favors and follow up with all that. can we pick your brain on Pulsechain,
course.
where we are at in the cycle? Richard Hart, the SEC case. What is your personal impression? Where are we going? Where are we right now? Will this take another year before we see some serious action, or do you think something big is coming and it might be Chinese? Or what is your take on the ecosystem at the moment?
I was talking to someone yesterday, and we were talking about the Ethereum ETF,
Right.
and how it seemed, on the outside, it seems to be pretty underwhelming. A lot of people are saying it's underwhelming. It's like, oh my God, we expected it was going to go up. But don't forget, exactly the same thing happened with the Bitcoin ETF.
Mm-hmm.
The first 3 days there wasn't much going on, and then it started to go down for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Before, and then it started to go up again for, what was it, like 3 weeks in a row. Bitcoin eventually went up 58%.
Yes.
So it's today is day 3 of the Ethereum ETF. I don't think we need to worry about that at all, and therefore I don't think we have to worry about Pulsechain at all. Like, as soon as Ethereum starts moving, Pulse starts moving, and as soon as Pulse starts moving, we all start moving, and as soon as we all start moving, everyone in the community, all of a sudden, I think, I've said this a few times over the last few days to people. I think it will be a very big case of, all sins are forgiven. I'm sorry what I said about you on X. It's
the love fest.
I have a memory like an elephant,
and you smell like one too. But I won't forget you, DJ. I can remember when you said you are looking forward to the top, and you're going to get it. So just be patient, Mr. Elephant that never forgets.
I am. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing some, really big movements over the next the next 2 months.
Right.
The next 2 months for sure.
You look in what ETH is doing and draw the conclusions from there. How about the Richard Hart? I mean, we talked about this in the green room before the show. He's on a Twitter tirade at the moment.
He is. Which it leads me to believe, or when I see how engaged Richard is now. I mean, like we said earlier, the SEC dropped its case against Ethereum, against Binance, against Solana, against XRP. It's against
Coinbase.
I know,
Coinbase.
Yeah. I know, Papa, you're a big XRP. Right, you were. That's kind of.
Wait a minute.
That's kind of where you came from, right?
That's like admitting that I had like herpes when I was 10 or something stupid. I don't want to talk about this. I'm not an XRP. That's all I trust. I'm a reform. That was the first crypto we ever got into. It was terrible. It was a total letdown, and it opened my eyes to what crypto is not. And then Richard taught me what crypto is. So, yes, please make your point so I can get off of that. I'm wiping that XRP stink off of me.
Yeah, no, really, the point was the SEC are dropping cases left, right, and center. There's no reason to believe that it won't do the same to Richard. I think because of what we can see with the US candidates at the moment. I mean, Mr. Trump, what he's been saying about crypto, what he said to B-Roots recently when they had their little chat at that event.
What's B-Roots?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, B-Roots. Yeah.
Oh,
B-Roots asked him a couple of questions, I think.
Oh, interesting.
By the way, I'm sorry. Let me just break in for a second. Kamala Harris, her campaign people were reaching out to prevalent Bitcoin and other altcoin personalities to try to get some idea about what crypto was in a feverish.
It's a bit late to be asking that, isn't it?
Well, that's the thing. It's like it really exposes her because she doesn't know shit. But the point is, and that's okay as long as she's interested in getting this very important point answered, into her soapboxing type of stuff, right? So I was delighted at one point where her campaign said that she's going to be appearing also as the third candidate. You got Trump, you got Kennedy, and then you would have Harris. All three would be going to Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville. But unfortunately, yesterday, she canceled that whole idea because she'd much rather go and do whatever she's got to do. There was really hope for just a moment that this would be a bipartisan issue and that crypto would be in the forefront of the debate. Obviously, they're starting to estimate that 1 in 5 Americans one in 5 Americans holds crypto, and the familiarity with that asset class really should be in the candidate that you vote for. If not, then you're doing us all a disservice, because we fought long and hard against the SEC, Richard Hart still fighting, to really verify, be vindicated, I'd say, in the eyes of the law and the courts, so that this whole thing can go apeshit crazy, because everybody in the world wants this stuff. I'm sorry, please continue, Cult.
No, do you know what? Actually, you literally said everything I was going to say. You sure you didn't read my notes here?
I am on a teleprompter, and this is what I have to stay as my statement. Let's make America crypto again.
I just find it amazing that, you see, we're both in Europe up here. The upper echelon, we're both in Europe, and our bags are somewhat affected by what's going on between these candidates overseas. It's a little bit crazy if you think about it, but I think that's currently the reality that we're living in, right?
What, you live in Europe, Cult?
Yeah, I'm Irish.
He's an Irishman.
Oh, that's Europe. Here's England, there's Scotland, and there's the bloody sea. That's all I know about Ireland. Of course, you're Europeaner, even though most of your island is not. No. Some of your island is not, right? Just the top part of the island is not.
There's only one island. Let's not get it confused, gentlemen.
Only one island. Stop. Let go of my Lucky Charms. Okay. I'm sorry. I don't mean any offense. I don't know anything about the geography or the struggles of your people. Namaste. But yeah, you are Europeaner still. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
so I think Richard's got this in the bag, really. I don't think he'd be coming out. So, he's fighting out of his corner, isn't he, really?
He is. Yeah. Definitely.
Well, okay, final shills to wrap it up until we see you again, which is definitely in the cards as soon as we can. KvltDefi.pls. Sir, DJ, would you like to ask him the normal questions? Where can we find you?
Where can people find you? We got the Twitters in the description, and a link to your YouTube channel. Is there anything else that people need to know where they can follow up with you and PulseMafia and everything else?
t.me/PLS Mafia. Jump into the telegrams, and if you literally jump into that telegram and tell people you've created the character, you will be headhunting for a family. The families are on active recruitment drives at the moment. So jump in there, ask any questions you want. We've actually got some amazing question bots in there as well. You can literally ask a question and the bot will bring up an answer, and it'll bring up some reference videos. So I would even say that this video might be clipped and put onto the bot as well for answers.
Oh, wow.
Now, if the Tatalia family tries to recruit you, shake their hand first. Never light your cigarette first, because that's an affront. They'll stab your hand and they'll garrote you right there. Not a good family. Be careful.
Capiche.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on, guys. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
And we see you all on the next one. Salutes. Outro.